everyone, and welcome back to yet another fabulous edition of 411 with Rehab. I'm joined by my lovely guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks.
My name is Megan Cordes. I'm a physical therapist at West Texas Rehab, and I specialize in women's health or pelvic health. It's kind of all encompassed in one big umbrella under that physical therapy
Fantastic.
category.
Yeah, so let's start off with, we've got to recognize the month of October because it's physical therapy month and it's, of course, breast cancer awareness month.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's also cookie month. So
we must celebrate.
I feel like if you want to celebrate your favorite physical therapist, right, you should probably bring me cookies to the rehab center. Yes. I'll gladly take them.
Oh, you have to let me know how many packages of cookies you get because I feel like...
hope it's a lot.
There you go. So that's how you celebrate that month.
Yes.
But y'all are doing lots of things to celebrate these months.
We do. Every year we do different things. And what's awesome, physical therapy kind of in a nutshell is working with muscles, bones, and nerves.
Yeah.
So we are trying to get people moving and moving more efficiently, maybe without pain, moving a little bit better. And what's cool with the rehab center is that we've got so many different therapists, but we've got the blessing and the opportunity to be able to work one-on-one with our patients. So we can really finite those movements and make sure that they're doing things great. And to the best of their ability or without pain or whatever the case may be. We've also got people that have excelled and really studied different areas of physical therapy. So we've got a lot of experts, not necessarily a ton of just jack of all trades. And so, and not just like, I took a weekend course, but I've studied. Like I did a residency for a year to learn women's health topics, and we've got people that are doing vestibular, so maybe you're dizzy when you're moving. Well, we've got somebody to help with that. Maybe your chewing isn't great and that hurts you or is popping. We've got somebody that can help with that. So we've got different people that specialize in different things and can really help with those different movement patterns. And so one of the ways that we're going to celebrate is by eating cookies, obviously.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
But the cookies are going to be counterbalanced by Squattober.
Okay.
Which is going to benefit the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Fantastic.
So it is a campaign put on by the National Breast Cancer Foundation. It's on their Facebook page. It's nationwide. So I've signed up for it. Our trainer, Ashley Rich, has signed up for it. She's in charge of our Pace Setters program, which is a great accompaniment to physical therapy because you can't just stop moving. You need to keep moving. And so she kind of can come in and help with that aftercare part of things. And so we've actually challenged ourselves or each other to see if we can do different squats every day. So it's 1,500 squats in the month of October, which breaks down to about 50 a day.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to do different ones every day just to see how many different forms of squatting we can do.
Y'all are really challenging yourself.
We like to go above and beyond at the rehab center.
Yes, we do. So can other people participate and get involved?
Absolutely. So you can donate to Ashley or I, which will go to the National Breast Cancer Foundation through our Facebook page. You can check things out at the Rehab's Facebook page or the YouTube channel. We'll have different things posting along the way with us probably being always super serious, eating cookies and doing our squats at the same time. But just kind of check it out. And what I really like about it is that a squat is such a great exercise. And, Senora, everybody that I've said this to is like, oh my gosh, that's so many squats.
Yeah.
Right? But how many squats have you done today?
Probably more than I realize.
Exactly, because you got out of bed.
Yeah.
You probably went to the toilet after that. Then you got in your car, out of your car. You sat down in a chair. Then you got up. So there's so many things throughout the day that we need squats for.
Really?
And a lot of people on the Facebook page have posted, well, I'm just going to do 10 every time I go to the bathroom, or I'm going to do 10 before I get out of bed, 10 before I sit in a chair, and you kind of knock your 50 out pretty easily throughout the day. So if you train harder than you live, then your life is going to be easier.
Yeah.
And so a squat's a great exercise for that. And we've talked before, I treat pelvic floor issues.
Yeah.
And your glutes and your pelvic floor, they're BFFs. So
That's great.
What's good for one is going to be good for the other. So another reason that I thought, hey, this is a great challenge to get in on, because I can eat cookies, my bum will look great, and I'm working my pelvic muscles all at the same time.
There you go. Yeah, and like you said before, everyone has a pelvis.
Exactly.
So
exactly. And we say women's health, but it's pelvic health. And then there's also the breast cancer part of things that I treat as well, which may be pelvic issues, because chemo and radiation can mess some stuff up. And I think you hear that C-word diagnosis and it's like, and then there's all this stuff that comes with the treatments after that maybe you weren't prepared for. But we're prepared at the Rehab Center to be able to help with a lot of those issues that people think, there's nothing I can do about this. Maybe I had surgery to try to do some reconstruction, and now there's some leaking or some pain or even dizziness because you're weak and you're not able to hold yourself up great. So a lot of those things do happen after breast cancer treatments. And as physical therapists, we're able to come in and help with getting things feeling and moving and working better.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because we talked a little bit about this last time when you were on. If you just want to expand on that, the things that, like you just said, people think, okay, well, there's nothing I can do, but there are options.
Absolutely. Educate yourself, look and see. Dr. Google's great for some things, but not necessarily everything. But leaking, if honestly, if there is something going on in your life that you're not happy with, try to figure out a way to make that difference. If you're leaking when you jump or you cough or you laugh, there's stuff we can do about that. If you're having pain with anything, intercourse, walking, moving, climbing a ladder, running, then let somebody know, let your doctor know, give us a call and ask, hey, is this something that you can help out with? Because if it is a movement that's happening and you're having some kind of discomfort or issue with that, then a lot of times we can make it better.
Wow. Yeah. And, we've talked a bit about this before, is being your own advocate when it comes to health.
Absolutely. A lot of times if you don't say anything, then nobody's going to know. And you don't know what you don't know. So, and I know my world is kind of ambiguous and this weird black hole of information for a lot of people, but they didn't realize that, this isn't normal to have things going on just because you've had kids, or just because you're older, or just because you've had breast cancer, that it's okay to not be able to move your arm, or it's okay to have pain somewhere. It's not necessarily.
Right.
And we've got some really great physical therapists that love cookies, by the way, that can help work with a lot of those things.
Yeah. And speaking of cookies, y'all's treatment plan, it's not a cookie cutter plan. And so they come in and talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's awesome is that we do have so many specialists and people that know exactly what the right questions to ask. But we've got that one-on-one time with our patient. So we don't just have this herd of people that we're trying to work with. We can sit there and we can ask and say, hey, what are your goals? What do you want to get out of coming here? Because maybe you're scaling walls to get to light poles that are 3,000 feet in the sky. I don't know. Or maybe you just want to be able to pick up your granddaughter without hurting or without leaking, or maybe you're trying to get prepared for a surgery or recover from a surgery, but everybody is at a different place in their life and everybody does different things. So to be normal, like that's a cookie cutter right there. And nobody is. We've all got different things happening and been different places and different strengths and different mobilities and different goals. And we can sit down and talk about all those things and make sure we're tailoring everybody's treatment to exactly what you need to be able to do.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So for people who are taking this as a sign, call her, how do they get a hold of you and schedule that appointment?
Cookies, lots of cookies. Just during October though, because after that I'm not going to be doing squats anymore.
Yeah, so it won't.
Just call the Rehab Center, the number, or visit the webpage and see. You can reach out there. There's contact us information, and put in a request and just see if, like, hey, is this something that can be helped with?
Right.
I saw Megan on your show and I was interested. Is this something she can do? And they'll get me the information and we'll get in touch with you. Or you can talk to your doctor and say, hey, this is going on and I would like to go to the Rehab Center and see if they can help me with that.
Because they can choose where they go, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's an open door book. If your doctor recommends it, then yes, you can pick where you want to go. They can recommend where you go, and you can say, no, I would choose to go somewhere else. And so, pick the Rehab Center, because we've got people that are specializing in lots of different areas, not just women's health, but tons of different areas that physical therapists can specialize in. And so they know a lot of things about a lot of stuff, and we've been able to help a lot of people because of that.
Wow, that's great. And so for you, coming from your perspective, what is it like when someone, I'm sure it's hard when they first come in and they talk about their issue, but then fast forward, what is that process like for you watching that? It's
awesome to have somebody that is super nervous, and it's like, I didn't know if, am I even in the right place? There's probably nothing that can be done. I've already looked it up on Dr. Google and I tried all of that stuff. So obviously my doctor doesn't know what they're talking about. And then it's like, you fast forward and then you're doing these things you thought were never possible.
Wow.
And that's why we do it.
Yeah. Wow, and that's why y'all have a whole month celebrating you. So
exactly, and that's why we need lots of cookies.
Lots of
cookies to fuel those squats.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling us all of this great information. Do you have any final thoughts you want to share?
Just check out the Rehab's page. Follow our Squattober journey. Bring cookies for sure. And if you want to donate to West Texas Rehab, you absolutely can, or to the Breast Cancer Foundation.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for watching. Hey, that's all we've got time for right now, but we'll see you next time. Have a great day.